Okay, we're live. Week 1 action here. Volatile Gaming League. Misfits facing off against SLG. Two rather well-established teams. Two teams that, from what I remember, are not great. Personally, I have not watched Misfits win a single game. Though that's just me, I guess. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. But anyways, week 1 action here, Volatile Gaming League. Defending first on Chalet is Misfits. Don't know much about either of these teams besides that they're fairly well established, not great. Know the leadership for Misfits. Know that they were actually branched off from Box Emotions. I don't know where Box Emotions is now, but from Little Facts. And this map, Chalet. Now, it is a mirror map. We do see that mirror ban. It's not a great mirror map, admittedly, so I'm not a big fan of that, but it's understandable. It is agreeable. This is also, I'd say, an attacker-favored map. You know, there's really just one good site, and the rest of them are kind of tough to defend, so I would say that this does lean a bit more towards SLG. And, I mean, the other question is just, you know, how are these two teams going to mesh? I don't know much about how SLG's roster has changed, but to me it seemed that Misfits' roster has been in a state of flux for a long time. I mean, they even have an off roster here today. I believe it's Noisy. I might be wrong. I'm going to check that. But that is what I believe to be correct. And then the rest of the bans, you know, talking about that mirror ban. The Jackal ban, again, really standard ban there. Same thing with the Thatcher ban. Both of them really strong operators. Obviously, the Jackal, great for roam clearing. It's a great gun as well. Thatcher, really strong for helping get that wall open and helping to keep the, I suppose, just really general helping with secondary support. Not as strong. He did a while back get some capabilities of his EMP removed. And with the addition of those secondary EMP impact grenades, it's now not as he's now not as prominent because there's now a lot more flexibility in how teams can structure their lineups because of the presence of these EMPs. You know, we even see a VX heal here running those EMPs, sort of serving as a de facto secondary support. And then the other ban was that Cade ban. Interesting to see a team banning both Cade and Thatcher. Say it's sort of nonsensical to be banning both of them, but I guess they want to try and make it not too difficult for themselves when they do get back on attack. So the Cade, just another great denial operator, gonna probably change these lineups here teeny bit. You know, in order to cover all these walls, which we're seeing they are covered, in order to make sure that they're all denied, we have to have a bandit and a mute or some other form of denial. Zombie Gate goes out. Nitro actually tried, but unsuccessful. I think it was shot out. 2 Selmas go down. Does manage to stop that trick, courtesy of the EMPs. Did take a lot of utility there, though. You know, Suki sent down 2 Selmas. Only got 1.5, I would say. And then, obviously, VX used all of his EMPs there. They do, however, have a pretty good starting point here. I mean, I don't think Wiffa was really prepared for that. And then him and Latex didn't really coordinate there. Or, not Latex, my apologies, Noisy. I mean, Noisy, you know, he sent out the zombie barrier, but at the same time, you know, the bandit of Whipple went for the Nitro, and unfortunately the Nitro got stuck. And I think on top of that, the barrier went out, so really it was just sort of it was pointless. First smoke going to go out there. Second, actually, from Money. He's trying to basically just push out this player in trench here, trying to push out, I think that's going to be Shooter. Unfortunately, unable to, wasted all of his utility, and didn't get the kill. What a great play, truly. In case you can't tell, I'm being sarcastic. As now Hale and Shooter have basically no restrictions on their push here towards the cellar side, which basically appears to be a sort of a standard pincer from the attacking team from SLG. It's Selma gonna go out there. Actually, I think it was taken out by the Nitro. Well, coincidentally well-timed, or actually not taken out, just stopped by the Mute Jammer there. Noisy takes down Suki, removing that Selma, but removing the Ace, but the Selma is down, so ultimately he's going to get a bit of revenge from the Grave, just able to help his team get this wall open. And now 40 seconds left here. Shooter and the rest of SLG needs to get this push going. They are in a 4v4. They do have some walls open here. Frags are going to go out. Latex is taken out by Hale. He's trying to get rid of this blue player that's going to be on Tuition's taking a teeny bit of damage. Now, Wiffa trying to hold down the opposite side of the site. Noisy, really the key player here, is going to be playing that sort of middling spot, that island right by one. Sully might be pushing up here, trying to get another pick, trying to bring it back to even. 15 seconds left, though. Shooter and the rest of SLG needs to move now. They have Diffuser. They have man advantage. They do not have sight, though. It's going to be Hale 14 swinging across, killing Noisy. Untuitions falls in the hands of Shooters, up to just Wiffa to try and clutch it up. No, Valk! VX! Okay. Gets the W for SLG this round. Kind of a messy start there for the defending team. I just checked, and it's actually Money. What's the off roster here for Misfits? Not Noisy, but just a messy start for them. I mean, I don't think it was an issue with the strategy. I would say there was two primary issues. One was that Wiffa muffed, I think is the right way to say it, or bungled, fumbled, failed at. You understand what I'm saying? He did not properly trick. And then on top of that, you know, they were unable to withstand that final push. You know, they lost Untuitions, who was holding a really key section of blue there. Could have probably stopped the push if he had still been alive. You know, I don't think he was really playing that actively enough, which obviously led to Noisy, who was holding a real control point right up by the door. Led to him dying, and that just really tipped the scales. Once SLG, you know, they just had to move. I would say there's some mistakes there from SLG as well. Admittedly, you know, they waited till really late to push, and I would say that they also made a mistake in playing it that way. You know, they did open up both walls, which sure is great as sort of a psychological thing. I don't know why Money is out roaming here. He's smoke. He shouldn't be all the way on the top floor. But, you know, that, and they opened up both of the walls, which isn't necessarily bad. You know, even if you don't push both of the walls, having them open is certainly going to make the defending team uncomfortable. Admittedly, the Yazami probably alleviated that somewhat. I think the main problem was just that they did that. They spent so much utility on that, and then they tried to rotate their push to the opposite side. It's wise to rotate that push if you know that it's going to be easier for you guys, but not after you've invested all that utility over there. You know, all your EMPs, 2 Selmas, and an OSA shield. I would say that was sort of a mistake from them. Ultimately did not really cost them in the round, but certainly didn't help them. So now with about half the round remaining here, we're going to still see the smoke of Money roaming. I don't know why. He's already used up 2 of his smokes, and only half the round has elapsed. This seems like a really bad choice. I feel like it should be really be Noisy doing the main roaming, melee assisted by Latex. You know, Jaeger is traditionally seen as frag. Money, you probably want him on or near sight to help with those those smoke babes. So, and really only 1 round in, Noisy taking a bit of damage here. He's now going to try and flee, get back to sight. As I was saying, only 1 round in so far, seems to be advantage SLG, but the predictions here actually favored Misfits, I think, just slightly. You know, 5-4 among those, yeah, among those that did decide to predict. We're predicting a Misfits win here. Hale trying to get this hatch open, or trying to play this hatch, really. Wiffa takes down Valve. Flora is going to be out of the round. That's going to put some pressure here on SLG to try and keep moving. Latex takes down Suki, and now all of a sudden this attack seems to have stalled. 30 seconds left. They spent a lot of utility getting the hatch open, and for what? They don't seem to have gained much from it. I'll have to see if they can continue to to push here, but they are low on numbers, low on manpower, low on utility, and don't have much to show. They also don't seem to have the diffuser. Untuition's actually Nitro's own teammate, going to provide a teeny bit of relief here to the attacking team. Untuition's fall 3v3 now. Excuse me, TJ Money actually all the way off site. Hail 14 State takes down with Latex and TJ Money actually near to the site, but ultimately I think just ran out of time, didn't have the diffuser. Even though they had site control, they didn't have the diffuser, and so you can't plan. So, last round, Misfits won, great for them. But I think that SLG should have been able to win that. Admittedly, they were on a 3v5, which quickly became a 3v4 because somebody wasted a nitro and TK'd a teammate in the process. However, they passed 2 rounds, and so this seems to be a continuing trend. They have waited until the last seconds to push, which doesn't give you a whole lot of breathing room. It can lead to very quickly lead to mistakes and to just sloppy play overall, which is not really how you want to operate. This is Division 2. Please do show, yeah. But as I was saying, you know, they did that, and then they nearly got site control. You know, they brought it back to even. They cleared out the only player that was left on the seller side, which was Untuition's playing that shield. He seemed to be completely unaware of the fact that the hatch was open and somebody had fallen through it. But then they didn't have diffuser. So if they had simply had diffuser, if they had placed priority on that, they would have won. TJ, strangely enough, actually contributed to that win. I'd like to point him out because he's, again, doing what he did last round in roaming as smoke. And he's going to be very quickly nearly killed because of that. This is why I was saying not to bring the smoke outside of sight. Besides that near sight area, in this case it would be maybe Piano or Solar. Lumorous takes down Money, early kill, and he didn't even get a single smoke out. So really just a waste of a pick, a waste of a play. And now SLG has the man advantage. Untuition's here trying to hold down the Solar side. I believe that's actually Latex falling in hands of Suki. 3v5 situation now, not looking so hot here for Misfits. And this blue push seems to continue as this is a very confusing hold that is very quickly being collapsed. I don't understand it. There's nothing really to counter a library push. And that's exactly what happened, and now they're in a 5v3. And they've also lost their smoke without him using any utility at all. Soft wall there should have had some feet hole, possibly footholes. Apologies. Whiff of falls, however, Valk actually trading him out. Still, however, man advantage heavily in favor here of SLGs. They're going to continue to try and press forward. Untuition's maybe eyeing a kill here on that bathroom window, looking for possibly Shooter to make a play, to try and jump in and get caught on that, actually. So I believe that might be Hail 14 State. Yeah, that is Hail, just on the drone right now. Shooter's going to sneak into Piano. Untuition's the last one left. Triple kill from Suki. Going to look for the plant now, and just really bad situation for Untuition's. Outnumbered, plant's going down. He's lost site control, he's lost main wall, lost Piano, lost his life. Shooter gets the kill, gets the round. For SLG, up now, 2-1. Okay. Why is Bannon showing his Zim? I don't know.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Didn't realize that I could do this now, because for a while I couldn't. So I'm glad that they brought it back. Nope. Why is it keep showing Zim? I don't know. To gossip very quickly, Latex also reps a Division 1 team, Planet 9. I don't know what their roster looks like, but they apparently are playing some other team. Let me find the name real quick. They're playing on-site, on-site gaming, and on-site proposed a 10-man hand cam, and he just complained and complained and complained until eventually staff intervened in his favor, which is whatever. Just find it interesting and somewhat related. It's another hold here of top floor by Misfits, who I don't know if they know what they're doing. They have a bunch of champs, but like it's ranked 2.0 first of all, and second of all, what is your strategy here? I mean, there's nobody playing the sightline. I don't even think the sightline's gonna get you anything. You have a player down here, that's Money, who's now 0-3, or 0-2, my apologies, on Tuitions, takes down Valk, able to, I think, save his teammate there, but, like, you shouldn't have a roaming smoke. Okay, that's interesting to see keep a barrier do. And second of all, he should not be playing this aggressively, and dying from it. They just don't seem to know what they're really doing here. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna, hopefully they'll continue fighting. I don't want this to turn into a blowout, but there's just some really confusing plays here from both teams. I would say mainly from Misfits. Shooter trying to actually pressure out Noisy here, just playing in that kitchen side, takes him down pretty quickly. Brings his team a bit closer here to even manpower, but still half the round's gone, and they are not making a ton of progress. Let's see, Shooter gonna now try and press forward here. Nobody on the library side now. They've basically given up on that. I think that's both manpower and also the issue of you know, they don't feel like holding that aggressively this lane into the round. Latex gonna probably be stepping up here, trying to deny this push later in the round. With a falls, taken down by State there, who's gonna continue to try and push forward, try and take out that Azami of Untuitions, holding down these barriers. Double kill from Untuitions, looking for a third possibly. He's gonna light up Lumerous there. I don't think that's how you should be putting up a talent lane shield. Untuitions is basically in a pretty comfortable spot here. Has most of his angles covered, is able to really make an impact from where he's at. Lumerous now going to slide into basically the same spot where his teammate died, and will he die? It does appear so. Shooter's the last one left, 30 seconds left. Outnumbered. TJ Money smokes him out. Still one smoke left for Money. Wondering if he's going to make use of it. Probably will. Low time, low numbers. Does have utility. Spots TJ Money, guns him down through the wall. Trying to take down Latex here, who's just playing this shield pretty well and just denying the time, chipping off a bit of health from Shooter there. He's, I think, a bit cautious of doing anything. Untuition's able to clutch up 3K from the Azami, trades his teammate out, gets the round. Let me go cast no. It would be a mess. That's why I'm concerned about doing it, about saying yes. How long have I known you? A long time.
And defuse as many bombs as they can. Bomb located by a... 10 seconds left before insertion.
So
5 seconds to insertion.
Interesting. There's 3 shields here, 2 of which are still in the players' pockets. I'm really hoping that they'll actually set them up, and they will. This is Unusual. I don't normally see teams bringing this many shields. Noisy takes down Suki. That's going to be a pretty big kill, mind you. That's the only hard breach. They're kind of in a really bad spot now, SLG. They're not only outnumbered, you know, they've lost that early lead, that early impact, but in addition, they don't have a hard breach. Gonna now try and take down the keep a barrier. Falcon take a bit of damage for it, courtesy of Whippa.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Untuitions as a roaming warden. Takes down Lumerist. And this is just not looking like a good round here for this defending team, for this attacking team. My apologies. Hail takes down Noisy. As I say that, Caster's Curse strikes again. Untuition still roaming, however. Still going to be an issue for SLG if they choose to ignore him. And I find it very strange that there is a Warden roaming. Why not grab Vigil or Bandit? Bandit would be a much better choice because they don't have any denial here. So it's free walls, but there's no ace. So it doesn't even matter that it's free walls. But if there was still an ace, you know, you could bring the Bandit. He has a good gun. He has denial. And you would still have a roamer.
RCE going out. Clear shield in position.
Hail takes down Intuitions. Denies the Warden a flank opportunity. Latex picks off State. Penetrates his teammate out. Vug taking a risk here. He's the last one alive, and he's out here using an RCE. I think it just got taken out, so he's basically on his own. The entire team knows where he's at, pretty much. He's low on health. Doesn't have any real assistance for it, and they're seemingly getting quite restless here. 30 seconds left. Needs to try and do something, and what he will do is die. Latex takes him down, puts his team in the lead here for the first time.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Final round of this first half. Very confusing decision here by Misfits. So they have won 2 rounds in a row. They're looking for a side sweep. Gonna go to their tertiary site, obviously, which is Kitchen and Dining. Now, before the rework, all those years ago, this was a good site, but it was Kitchen and Trophy. So it used to essentially be this site and another bomb over here. It used to be really easy for teams to defend. But now, it's really hard for teams to defend, just because of how expansive it is, how open it is, and how easily taken out from above it is. We'll have to see if they're able to however, get themselves a side sweep, a big morale boost, and a 2-round lead at the start of the half. I think it's going to really depend on if Noisy and whoever else decides to show up and get some frags. Money trying to send out a nitro just probably scares the player. Doesn't even do anything. I mean, just left a mark on the front walkway. Shooter falls in the hands of Untuitions. That's going to be their only hard breach. Untuitions with a double kill now, actually onto Valk. So they've lost basically all their vertical play. They do admittedly still have Hail. He is the ace. They still have hard breach. They don't have any real vertical play. Suki falls in the hands of Noisy. That Solely's able to get a frag here, but really just the support leg of SLG remains. They've lost any real chance of playing vertical. Admittedly, they can still just shoot through the floor, but that's certainly not going to be as effective as a buck. Hale, what are you even doing? Noisy just inches out, takes down Lumerist, and that'll be the round. Almost. Obviously, Lumerist could still make a clutch here and somehow win a 5v1, but it's a tall task, to say the least. It is not an easy situation for him to win here. I think Money keying into the fact that he's nearby, trying to search for him, trying to take him down, and just spotting with takes him out. 4v1 situation. Now we're going to attract the attention actually of Money, possibly? I don't know. I think he's actually going to be sneaking back up these stairs. Spots him, unfortunately too late. Money gets the headshot, the kill, and the round. For Misfits, who will actually surge back to 4-2 at half on the heels of a site sweep. Checking the scoreboard at half. 6-5-4-3-2. Very nice and pretty. Not so much for SLG, both in terms of the stats and on how they're playing. 6-7-2-3-1. I think in a battle of stats, that in terms of fragging, it's currently a battle won by Misfits.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to go.
I might be doing mental math wrong, but I think they're the now attacking team.
Attackers are moving
I was going down letting me co-cast even though we've known each other for so long. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. But I just want to get the cast done here. It's an interesting game. I don't think it's a great game. I just want to get it done. So as you can see, I think Misfits is winning the fragging fight by 1 right now, which is strange considering that they're winning the rounds by 2. And speaking of, you know, that was just some poor attacking there from SLG. They pushed too late. They didn't really coordinate. They didn't really roam clear, at least properly. Thanks. Maybe another time. You know, they didn't really roam clear. Didn't really bring anybody specifically for roam clear. Not saying that you have to, but you know, bringing a lion, or if it was still available, bringing a jackal really helps. And just think that there wasn't a whole lot of coordination and communication from them. Now SLG gets to show off their prowess on defense. Hopefully they're a better team on defense than they are on attack, because right now they do have a bit of a hole to recover. ADS can actually zap one of Money's frags, both of Money's frags, so they now have no soft breach, basically. I mean, they really still have the sledgehammer for Money, and technically Wifo with the X-Kairos, who's going to be very quickly taken down by Suki. They do lose one of their hard breaches. They still have Noisy as the ace, and they do have that main wall open, so they can still operate here, but certainly does not make it any easier. Interesting choice here to have that inverted rotate there. Normally it's put closer to the window. The other wall is reinforced, but they've decided to put it a bit further from the window. Maybe allow them a longer angle here, and a bit more comfort as another summon will go down, open up the opposite side of that wall here. Pressure being applied on the piano side. Money taken down courtesy of a flanking Suki. Again, the roam game seems to be the real difference maker for both of these teams. So in the first half, it was Misfits and their roam game, which was occasionally operating in fits and starts. Hale 14 State takes down Noisy on tuitions, picks off Suki. Man advantage still heavily favors this attacking team here, favors SLG, or this defending team, my apologies. You know, they've operated in fits and starts, but when they were on, they were on. And it was very pesky for SLG, who admittedly did not do anything to really counter that roam. Untuitions takes down Valk, catches him unaware. Now I'm going to deal with this smoke there. Shooter takes him out. Triple kill for Intuition. Looking for a fourth possibly. So gonna spot Hail 14 State. Tries to refire him. Hail 14 repeaks. Different height. Gets the headshot though. And it's up to the Latex to try and clutch this up. He has very little utility. Doesn't have any drones left. Doesn't have any drones left by his teammates. Outnumbered. Trying to push through some shields that haven't been cleared. Doesn't notice Hail 14 State standing on the other shield where Smoke had died. And he loses the round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Bomb located by attackers.
Reinforcing the floor. Deploying.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds remaining.
Victor sensor active.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
Yokai is out.
So, Latex and the rest of Misfits with a tenuous lead here. As SLG looks to catch up here. Noisy dies. Shooter picks him off. Gonna remove that. One of the hard breaches, and probably the more important one for this round. Suki takes down Money. So there goes the OSA as well. That's certainly gonna make playing those breaches a lot harder. They admittedly still have Latex on the secondary support as well as on Intuitions to an extent. So they can still play vertical, they can still do some fragging, they can still make it work. But without Money, it's going to be a lot harder for them to hold certain angles, certain areas. We're certainly a lot less comfortable to hold those areas. And then without Noisy, it's just become a lot more cost prohibitive to them to hold, or to open walls. Admittedly, they still have the Hibana, so they can still get walls open, but because Hibana is mainly meant for hatches. There's only really one hatch here that they might want to get. That's this hatch here in Fireplace. Would allow them to cut off connector, though there's still a rotate. They could obviously also get this kitchen hatch, but I don't think that would make as much of a difference. And for them to make a hole that they can really work through, it's going to take a good amount of the X-Kairos pellets, and plus they take a while to work. Val takes down Wifa, and basically their offense has been sliced and diced. Suki takes him down, double kill from the Jaeger. Latex the last one left here. Very little utility, outnumbered, pressing him now as Suki does get the kill. I think that's going to provide a bit of a lesson for the defending team. SLG, and I mean, there's a minute left. He's getting harassed by Valk. You know, there's still Shooter roaming around here as Solis trying to get that flank started. And Latex has been basically pushed back to garage. It's just not looking good here. And for Misfits, at least for this round. Likely going to fall to 1-4 here. 30 seconds left. All the SLG has to do really is just wait. I think that's what they're going to do at this point. Shooter providing a bit of pressure. They're going to push him back from trench. Latex, I think, responding to that. It's just the occasional volley going out by Lumerist on site. He's now going to try and push forward. I don't think he's paying much attention to the fact that Shooter is still nearby, still ready to attack. Hale ready to provide the assist, provide the trade, as they're going to look to push him. Latex holding the angle, waits for them. Ships Shooter, who's now going to repeat, gets the headshot. Good free fire. And good round win there for SLG. I mean, just really by the books. They got important kills, and they kept going. They got a bit over aggressive towards the end. Did have to pay for it with with one player, but ultimately they ceased after the one player died, and that allowed them to close the round out, put themselves back to a tie game here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Norway,
10 seconds left.
clear up blast zone.
5 seconds to insertion.
Activate.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Reloading.
So now, again looking for the side sweep here, gonna go to dining again. Like I said, it's just a pain. Very easily compressed from above. Really expansive, not a lot of cover. Not a lot of places where a team could really anchor. And it's just too exposed. Usually teams will go to barn gaming and then hold the vertical for that. Mainly because I think library's a bit easier to hold. But neither of these tertiary sites are very good. So not a great choice, but not like they have much choice. Falcon and TJ trade each other out. Removing that Yawn, I think, is going to be the bigger blow there. So ultimately, from first blood, is probably going to be an advantage now for SLG. Without that Yana, they obviously lose the frags and lose a pretty good gun. And they lose basically unlimited intel, admittedly, on a cooldown provided by those Gemini replicators. So an extension here in play from SLG into this hallway here, courtesy of these castle barricades. Hale takes to Nitro to Noisy. Removing that IQ is going to allow them a bit more security with these Valk cams and also with the vertical. Unfortunately, Untuition's able to gun down Hale 14. Trains out his teammate. Congratulations to Hale and Untuitions on both hitting double digits here. Whiffa takes down Shooter. It's up to Suki and Lumerist. Lumerist still trying to hold down the objective here, but he's relatively outnumbered. Suki's going to try and return to site, gunned down by Whiffa, and Lumerist is basically ISO'd here. He's trying to make this work, trying to clutch it up, but seemingly just going to give up the site. Untuitions takes back control of the site. Whiffa moves onto the objective. I think Latex is also just about ready for that to happen. Whiffa moving over to, I think, maybe open up some doors for his teammates. They have site control, they have diffuser, they have man advantage. Lumerist is still trying to basically go cross-country, and for what? Intuitions eats an EDD, does not kill him, however. Latex is able to get the plant down. And this is a really bad situation for Lumerist. Takes down Intuition, still however in the post plant, needs to get moving soon. And unfortunately does not spot Latex holding that long angle, gets the kill, gets the round. Misfits takes back control. So, Misfits attacked that site really well. I don't think that was an amazing strat. I don't think that it was necessarily really bad. It was just that they attacked it really well. There was no vertical presence from SLG, which I would say was the Achilles heel of that hold. And Misfits prepped themselves to play vertical, and they played vertical. And for the most part, they got kills. They really capitalized when they were playing vertical, and that led them ultimately to a 3v1 situation, which is great for them. He got on site, got the plant down, won the round. You know, didn't play really aggressive, just held their angles after the plant. And now they're up 5-4. They're again back in the advantage, back in the lead.
10 seconds.
They have the reins. We'll have to see if they can cross the finish line before SLG does. I mean, it was just a textbook round from Misfits there on the attack. We'll just have to see if they're able to keep it going. With leaves, that's bad news for the attacking team. SLG still finishing up their hold here. Shooter's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, it seems, as he's just setting up angle after angle. And now money on his own. Just going to be face checking everything. Actually now, additionally, Untuition's able to provide some help here. They take Solar. Frag goes out. I think nearly hurts his teammate. That was going to be a swing from Hail 14. Completely unaware. And a bit late to the party, TJ actually able to get the kill. Numerist with the headshot with the deagle. Takes down money. Oof.
Bomb located by
And now Intuitions is on site. Nobody seems to notice him. Not in time, at least. Shooter's on site. He's got the kill here. Looking for a second one, possibly going to rotate around. Unfortunately, taken down by Valk. Chases him down. Frags out. And man advantage continues here. Really just hurt by the loss of Wiffa there.
Swapping mags.
Changing mag.
So a minute left, and Noisy and Latex trying to step up here. And the support side of Misfits trying to do this, but right now they're not really coordinating. They're not really droning either. I think that's been an issue for both teams. More so for Misfits, it seems. And now Noisy is set up here. Gonna have to try and flush out Suki in that library side. I don't know if they're even aware of Suki. He's gonna be probably moved into a bit of a pincer here. Taken down by Latex, brings it back to even. Got a bit uneasy. I think his teammates were telling him, hey, you're being surrounded. And he tried to make a play and ultimately got killed because of it. Should have just tried to waste some time there. Force him to push him. So you can see Nitro going to go out there trying to stop a push. Doesn't really get anything done. Certainly scares him away. Low time now as Latex and Noisy going to try and push forward. Noisy trying to take down this Valk here of Lumerist. Just playing behind the shield. Valk. The Echo still on site on the drones there. Latex is going to look for it now. Valk going to try and rotate around. Needs to cover him. And unfortunately, not there. Noisy nowhere to be found. Unable to get the Echo drone killed. And that cost them the round. 5-5 now. So, we're going to wait now for Wiffa to return. I think that round was mainly lost by the fact that they didn't have Wiffa. We might have to rehost. Or they might have to rehost. Apparently Wiffa can't rejoin. He has game glitch, which I didn't even know exists. So Okay. We're back. Sorry that took forever for those of you who are watching this back or watching this live.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Floor reinforcement complete.
The floor's done.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds to go.
Dropping mag.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Quiet before the storm. I'm reloading. Push out.
Okay. Sorry. Not much going on in this first minute. Basically, part of the wall's been open after a lot of effort from Misfits. I mean, they basically brought their lineup wanting to get a wall open. They brought 2 hard breaches, a Maverick, and an OSA with EMPs and latex here to just help them burn utility. And he has been burning utility. He's used all of his cameras. He got basically no use out of them besides burning some ADSs, which I don't know if they'll be able to kill before they turn back on. Suki takes down Wifa, there goes the Hibana, and truly not a difference between this round and the round prior, and the round prior. He didn't do anything. He wouldn't have done anything if he was not in the last round, because he died. And then in the round before that, the round that he left halfway through, he died. Without doing anything. I'm sorry to call him out here, but like, do your part. I'm just saying, because right now, you know, if they had had that extra player, at the very least, if he had been there, they probably would have won that last round. They probably would be now 6-4. Looking at match point. Latex guns down Valk. And as you can see, he's gonna take down Lumerist as well. Just continuing to try and really work here. Get this wall open. That'll be Shooter picked off by Noisy. I have no clue why the ace is all the way out there with 20 seconds left in the round. You know, Hale and Suki are on site. They do have Diffuser. They don't have sight. Hale's going to rotate around. Suki still holding down this blue side. Could be a problem for them if they decide to go play on Snowmobile's side here. Flash is going out. Noisy is down. Diffuser down with it. There goes leftover Latex in the hands of Hale. Diffuser is still down. Untuitions is going to now try and push for kills, but there's no time. SLG is at least willing to play back a teeny bit, and just some blunders late game there. Really one-dimensional push from Misfits, and then they played it really late. Like, yes, it's good to clear the roam, but not to be doing that with one player with 30 seconds left in the round. At that point, you're just sabotaging yourself. And then, you know, they didn't go for the plant. The guy with the diffuser got down, and then he was never rezzed, and the other guy didn't pick up the diffuser. In a 1v2, he went for kills in low time. I mean, admittedly, neither situation is great. I certainly wouldn't want to try and plant in a 1v2 on crunch time, but
Protect your bombs from being
he
defused
had
by
another
attackers.
teammate sitting there waiting for him. And so, with that, they now are at match point.
Fueling station set. Fueling station set.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Loading mag!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to go. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Swapping mag.
Ambush.
Five v4, Noisy takes down L14 State. Might be the beginning of the end here of regulation.
Reloading. Cover me.
I don't want to write this round off for Latex and rest of Misfits. I don't want to write it off for Shooter and SLG either. Man advantage here is certainly going to favor Misfits, obviously. They've done really well when they get that opening kill, and we'll have to see if they can capitalize. It seems like it, though, as Untuitions and Money pop up on the board here. Shooter falls. It's up to Suki. He's going to take down Money. Still heavily outnumbered, though. He's lost sight. He is above, though. Untuitions takes a lot of damage there. Don't know what exactly happened. Lather's going to get some solid chip damage. Suki turns his back. Has to pay for it. Loses probably 40 health there. Maybe a bit less. Adrenaline Surge goes out. Noisy gets the kill. Swings him. And puts his team to overtime. So this is obviously not exactly accurate. We just did a rehost. But at the end of regulation is 3-2-1-1-1-2-1-0-0.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb. Bomb located by attackers.
Unrolling razor wire. Device placed. Set device. ATM up and running.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Deployed.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
For them.
Reloading! Loading mag. Going out.
Changing mags.
Let's see the fight now. Let's cause some chaos.
Alright.
Have a knife for it.
So I think the goals here for these two teams are, first of all, get the opening kill. Intuition's just got that. Takes down Valk, traded out quickly, however, by Suki there. Might be looking for a second kill. Wifa takes him out. Finally getting stuff on the board here. Also gets the wall open now as Noisy takes down Hale 14. SLG seems half asleep here. This is one of the effects that Rios can have. It can just take a team out of the zone, really ruin their morale, really ruin the vibes, just, you know, unfocus them. Limmer's trying to hold down the line here. Same thing with Shooter. Gonna actually get flashed there as he's now looking to just try and basically just keep the team alive here. Lumerist trying to actually gun him down. Now we'll take down Noisy. Whiff gonna take some damage there, courtesy of those sightlines. Money picks off Shooter. Whiff gonna look to stick this plant now. Lumerist downs Money. Whiff gonna actually go off there. Pokeball. Whiff a 3K from Lumerist, looking for a fourth here. Latex the last one left now. Trying to collect this up, spotted, I believe, by that camera there. And he's lost the diffuser. A bungled execution from Misfits. And now Latex has to try and clutch up here. I mean, they basically just let those two players shred their entire pitch. They didn't control Piano, which allowed the smoke to take down Wifa. They didn't really protect him long enough. Lumerist just waiting here. Here's the swing from Latex, just gonna wait this out here. Latex on the surge, trying to lay down his suppressing fire, trying to find him and kill him. Unfortunately, unable to. Gone 6, almost tried to shoot him with the Gone 6, but just didn't find him, didn't shoot him. And, fortunately, losing that round there. As, SLG seems unfazed by the fact that they had to rehost. And they will now push themselves to match point here. They've been kind of trading rounds almost. So in theory, they should end up winning the 7-8 if that pattern of trading rounds holds, but who knows? It's not a guarantee. It'll be interesting to see how this goes for them though. They are now on attack. They sucked on attack. They got 2 rounds. So this does favor, I would say, the defending team does favor Latex and the rest of Misfits. But, I mean, Misfits blundered last round. They had a really good situation at 4v2. They didn't really pressure Piano. They certainly didn't pressure it enough. So when they went for the site plant, because they were basically just doing that same very one-dimensional push that we've been seeing from them all game long. Cough, cough. Because they did that, you know, basically Lumerist just had to sit where he was and just play, and nobody really tried to stop him. There was no pressure on him. Nobody even, I don't think they had smokes, but they probably should have. Nobody even tried to really pressure him or use the smokes to help cover the plant. And then, you know, the smoke there of I believe it was Hale 14 State over in Piano. Nobody really tried to pressure him either, and so it allowed for a very easy opportunity for SLG to shut down the plant. Noisy takes down 1 there. Lumerist falling. The Osa again out of the round, unfortunately, for the attacking team here. I think they're gonna try and play through that. Just not a great outcome, really. As that'll be the Valk, the Soph there. Suki playing the sideline now, trying to get kill from it. I think spotting an unaware Money. What is Money even doing? So I'm gonna go out there, and that'll be Shooter down, but not out just yet. They do have the ability now to get the wall open. Nitro's gonna go out. Does not kill anybody. Doesn't even damage anybody. Just certainly scares the bejesus out of that Zoph there. And now Suki's going to likely go for that res. Nobody there to stop it. Nobody there to interrupt it. And unfortunately, however, Hale's on the opposite side of the site. He's over in Timbuktu. He's used most of his utility. He takes down T-Shay. Pretty big kill for them. However, with a picks off Shooter. They were looking for that Mav trick, I believe, but unable to. Unable to complete it. Luckily, they do have the ability to get this wall open. But Hale 14 State has to go over there first. Intuition 6 down Valk. And this is increasingly looking like it's going to be a round win here for Misfits. Obviously, we could see a clutch from Hale 14 State and Suki, but right now, not looking like it. Hale uses his last Selma, and immediately runs right into the sideline there, held, I believe, by Latex there. So he's the last one left here. Trying to counter situations all the way on the top floor. Really playing aggro there. As Hale's stuck in, trying to inch his way outside here, about a minute left, and he's finished off by leftover Latex. Here's the door open. I think that's in the basement though. Might be wrong. Suki's gonna bring out the lifeline, uses an impact on a door. At this point, just throwing caution to the wind. Pot shots right around him while he's running away from the fight. And this is just not good. I mean, somebody's gonna track him down if he's not too careful. Spots Latex, looking for another kill possibly. Low time, he does have the diffuser at least, and some good utility with him, but don't know how much of a help that's going to be in basically crunch time here. At a heavy numbers disadvantage, trying to play this rather aggressively. Now that turning player on the roam, I believe that's Untuitions, ready to make a play. And takes him a minute, but he does get the kill, and brings it to sudden death. Yeah, it took him a sec to spot the Zof there, and spot Suki, but got the kill, and wins the round for his team.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Bentley's deployed.
Seconds left. 5 seconds left. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
That'll hold. But changing mags. Drone activated. Gonna blow.
Activating Selma. Lateral on the ground. Activated device. That's clear.
Alright. No second chances here. No more deaths after this one. I mean, it all comes down to this. The marbles are all on this. Latex takes a bit of damage there. I think he's trying to send out one of these torpedo charges to clear out the utility remains. Actually, just inches it in. Gets rid of the other bandit battery. Possibly pushing back Valk there. Certainly does knock him back a teeny bit. The Hibana in play. Whiff able to get the hatch open finally. And certainly going to make uncomfortable this spot held by Lumerist. He needs to be aware of that, although it doesn't seem like anybody's playing it. Untuition's on the vertical now. He's going to try and just play some long, and you'll see her trying to make this happen. Fuse charges from TJ are about to go out. Now Valk falls. Might be the beginning of the end here for SLG. Money falls. Noisy takes down one. Hellfitchin takes down Whiffa, trading him out. 3v3 situation now. As SLG shooter is also dead here. Noisy very low there, courtesy of the roaming Suki. Actually, no. I think it was Lumerist there on the roam, able to get the frag. And at this point, you know, just trying to stay alive here is the goal for SLG. They have even numbers. They have a health advantage. You know, Untuitions is one shot, and Noisy is about half health, just past that. So it's really just up for them to stay alive, for them to really just burn the time up of the attacking team. They don't have a smoke, so that's certainly not going to help them here. But they do have He has zombies, which are certainly going to assist them, and those ADIs are going to provide a good amount of protection. Suki's going to be the real key player here. He's still holding down blue. He can use up to deny snowmobile. Untuitions is down. Unfortunately, cannot kill him, but does just bring him even lower here, and will probably waste some time for the... Yeah, they're going to have to go back and revive him. That's going to take a couple seconds. Latex takes down Lumerist, unfortunately costing his team the man advantage there. Lumerist, a bit of a risky play, and now they're just trying to continue to really up the pressure. Suki holding this down, basically, both sides has that effect. Hale down and out, courtesy of Noisy. 3v1 situation, 2v1, Suki takes him out. Gonna now rotate back around to the wine cellar side, trying to find one of these two remaining players. Noisy looks for the plant, Latex covering, does not spot Suki though in wine cellar. Suki inches forward looking for this kill here, trying to find Latex, trying to find Noisy. Plant goes down, about to swing connector, spots Latex, takes a good amount of damage there, tries to run past, Latex guns him down, and finally brings his team the win here. 8-7 in overtime. 75532544400. 122354445. Good game to both teams. But SLG falls. Sudden death overtime. 7-8 on Chalet. 2 Misfits.